How's it going, everyone? KayneHunterTaker here, and yeah, it is really weird, this video. I just uploaded a Kayne's vlog just, like an hour ago, and basically what I did, it was really stormy a few nights ago, and I don't know what came over me. I just picked up the camera and I started filming, and I was just going to film the footage because, storm, and I, just started talking as if it was, a vlog that I normally do, and it was, sorry, I just brushed my teeth, I got a bit of toothpaste. It was really fun. I actually quite enjoyed it, and I was saying to Luke, I said, I might do something like that a bit more often, where I'm just, I'm not ready for bed, but, that's normally the time I start laying down, I'll watch something on the TV and all that kind of stuff, and I just liked the overall setup that I had. It was dark. I got a bit more lighting this time just to make it a bit more watchable, but I don't know, it was really fun. I quite enjoyed it. It was almost like, I said to like, it reminded me of, a 90s sitcom show, especially when the main character intros the show, and sometimes they're sitting in a dark, gloomy room, and usually it results because the episode's going to be spooky, and I thought, I might do some videos a bit like that, and what I had in mind was I was gonna do like a daily thing, but I might just do a weekly thing, like once a week, and I'll just talk about, some of the things that I've been up to in the past week. And I thought I'll kick things off with, a game I just recently did a full run on, a Tekken, Tekken 1. Yeah, I started a new series, and like for EWS revamped it, and I just used a lot of Tekken music, and I just fancied playing some, some Tekken again, and I am planning to do 2 and 3, and yeah, I just had a really good time with it last night. Just, going back in time, really. And it's amazing how far we've come with, video games. And it's kind of weird for me. I know it's very sort of slow and stiff, but it just feels natural to me. I can play it and I'm like, oh yeah, punch, do a move. And I actually had a really good time with it last night. I started figuring out how to do combos with everyone, and normally I can't do that. So yeah, that was really cool. Just, oops, I didn't break it. That's just the way it is. I'll tell you what I did like. I always like the cover of the disc, because you're doing a kick. It's really cool. So yeah, I was just going to do Tekken and something else, and I thought I'll talk about a game I just started the other day, Star Wars Squadrons. I was really excited for this game. I got the VR going, and yeah, it was really awesome. I'm having a good time with this game so far. I'm only about an hour and a half in at the moment. I do know, I read up that the campaign's pretty short. I think it's about 8 hours or something like that. But I'm really happy. I'm excited for this one. This is the kind of game that I've always, wanted to play. I'm a big Star Wars fan, but see, everyone loves to be a Jedi, but I feel like everyone has that sort of, if you couldn't be a Jedi, you pick something else, people would be like a bounty hunter, maybe someone would be, like a special forces unit and that kind of thing. I've always wanted to, if I had to pick, I'd be a pilot, because I just love the idea of sitting in an X-Wing or a TIE fighter, and it's just, going back, I just remember playing this game in an arcade years ago. Yeah, and you sat down and it was like you were in a cockpit and just playing the game, and I just fell in love with it. And then it was like Battlefront, you had the space battles as well, and like Battlefront 2, and yeah, I couldn't really capture that moment again that I had with that game, and this one did. As soon as I got the VR headset on and I was sitting in the cockpit in space, I was like, I'm really happy, really awesome. So yeah, I can't wait to jump back into that. I might do that tomorrow actually. I'll get into that one. And I haven't actually finished it yet. I'm right at the end. It's been a really exciting experience, this game. I remember doing it for Game Easy. Metal Mag's Xeno. I didn't realise this series has been going on for so many years. I think it was the early 90s or possibly the late 80s, if I remember. Unfortunately, it's just one of those game series that, Japan gets the release, but it doesn't really come over to anywhere else. And I think the first game was on PS2, like when that was sort of in its mid-run. And then, yeah, I never heard of the series until this game, and I have had such a blast with this. Bear in mind it's a bit the story's a little bit it's very anime. It's I will get over this cough eventually. So basically you're this guy, the world's been destroyed pretty much, the robots took over, and yeah, the only way you can fight back is to use tanks. And you find this base and there's some people, you know, still alive, and basically your mission is to look for survivors, travel the lands of I think it's fictional Japan, but I think there's some landmarks where they sort of have, you know, got inspired to use. And then we find new people along the way, and you know, meet new, like, find new tanks, which is awesome. But I think what I like is you can pick the game where you just be hunter, and then it's like story. The story's not so good, if you know what I mean. I mean, I do like the characters and everything, but it's very there's a bit of a love triangle going on with the main character, and then there's this guy, not the people in the base, and then there's this one guy. He's like he's very young, you know, he's in his early adult, and basically he wants to tag along. He wants to be cool like you, kind of thing, and you're the cliche, you know, I don't need help, I can do this on my own, I don't have family, leave me alone, that kind of thing. And then you find this girl, and you know, the guy who wants to be like, yeah, he falls in love with her, oh, I want to date her, and then it gets very full on, where it's like, you know, we might have to repopulate the earth, and you're the first female we've found so far, so, you know, get cracking. And it does really throw that in your face quite a bit. And then we find this woman, and I actually quite like her. She's pretty gorgeous. I've got her on my team. You know, she's making out with the protagonist, you know, tongue down the throat kind of thing at every opportune moment. But then the love triangle's getting rough, because the dude who wants to be like us, he finds out that this girl wants to be with the protagonist, and then it gets very saucy, where she's like, I want you to make love to me, I want you to take my virginity, I haven't lost my virginity. And I'm like, alright, we're gonna do that, huh? But we've reached the end where it's like, oh, we found the boss. It's the one that took out the guy's family and all that stuff and destroyed his town. So I'm up to the end, but I cannot take this thing out. It's quite cruel. The first thing you gotta do is take out 3 boss tanks, and then you fight the big one. I got pretty close. Actually, no, I didn't get close. I think I got about to 40%, which is okay, but man, it's a bitch. But I tell you who was a bitch, that McDonald bloody boss. It's like a tugboat in the sand, and he was really mean. I could not take him out. I mean, I've done everything in the game. I've taken out all the boss tanks, all the wanted tanks, and basically I'm just farming to try and level up to get strong enough. Oh, there's a burp, excuse me. But yeah, I've got the I forget the name. It's a really cool tank, and I've equipped this. You find these special weapons, and I've got the cannon, and I've equipped all these charms on it, and that's a pretty mean machine. Here we go, Harry. And then there's ability that I've got them all the characters learned, and then I've equipped it. You can take 2 shots for each turn, and then the cannon that I've got, it shoots like 3 times, so each character gets 6 shots, and if you load every character into that tank, you get a total of, like, quick math, 18 shots. And there's been a couple of bosses where I've taken them out in like 1 turn. So yeah, I've got a pretty basic tank ready to sort of kick ass. And then I'm favouring this little spider one as well. You know, it's got like 8 legs and moves like a spider. And I think the other tank I'm favouring, I think it was called Little Tiny or Big Tiny or something like that. It was like a massive tank and had all these cannons you could fire at once. But I forget what I've used instead. Can't remember. But I've always... So I got the tank that's... It almost looks very sort of like railgun-like. I forget the name. I feel dumb now. But yeah, I'm at the end. I just got to beat the final boss. And it's something different just to talk about for this video. I've been reading Jurassic Park. I've never read the book. Don't yell at me. I'm sorry. I've never, I'm a late learner. Books never really, were, interested. I wasn't interested in books. I'd rather play a video game, and ironically, video games did teach me how to read, or taught me how to read. Sorry, proper grammar. I'm almost halfway. Yeah, almost half. Yeah, I'm having a really good time with this book. I got a bit bored with I bought all the Resident Evil novels, and yeah, first one was really good. Second one was good, but then the last one I read, it was very boring. So I thought, nah, I want to read something different, and I got a shelf here. I need to organise them because I finished reading them. I started reading a load of mangas and all that stuff, and I thought, you know what, I might finally sit down and read Jurassic Park. And yeah, I'm loving it. I am really loving it. I haven't even reached the bit where, you know, the T-Rex comes out of the cage, but the beginning part was really cool. Like, especially when it's introducing you to the dangers. It's like it's feeding you a little bit, because then the rest of it, it's a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking, you know, explaining how, you know, chaos theory works, explaining how the park works and all that stuff, and showing the characters all around. But no, I'm really having a good time with this book, and it is amazing how much the movie is different. I mean, I knew about Tim being the older sibling and Lex was the younger one, but the one that kind of caught me off by surprise, Alan actually likes kids. He was ecstatic to see Tim was so at awe seeing Alan in the flesh, and Alan loves when he goes to a museum and then a kid is just amazed by the dinosaur skeletons, and even when a 3-year-old can say the names of a dinosaur, it's like he's happy to see that kids are taking an interest to these things. So that one caught me by surprise, actually. And yeah, I'm chipping away at it, and sometimes I have to force myself to stop reading because I didn't think I'd be this hooked on a book. And I tell you what, I'll be getting Lost World as soon as I finish this one. I'll tell you what, because it's in reaching distance, I just finished this one the other week. I'm a big fan of... Oh, sorry, ruined the lighting a little bit there. I'm a big fan of Guru Larry. I picked up his Fact Hunt book and read through the whole thing, and it's see, because I'm a big fan, I've watched all of his videos. I kind of, some of the parts in this book, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen the video, but no, it's a really good read. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I love Larry. He's really funny. Really like his stuff. Alright everyone, I'll keep this one fairly short. I had a really good time doing a video like this, just talking about some random things that I've, that's happened and done during the week, and I want to try and make this a regular thing. It'd be cool if I could do it on a, maybe on a day where it's like, once a week on a Thursday night, because Thursday is like, the way it works for me, 1 week is, my day off before a split weekend, and then the next week is, the last work day of a long fortnight, and then, days off. So I might do that actually, and I'll see when I can. I'll try and keep it sort of the same with lighting and stuff. This actually looks pretty good, and I'll tell you what, this new camera works like a treat. I absolutely love this thing. I haven't forgotten about my little camera. He's over there, sitting in one of the little cube things displayed, because I don't want to forget that. And yeah, I can't wait to do this again. I look forward to it. So yeah, have a good night, and I will see you later.